Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and today I'm going to do a reaction video for you. This video was suggested in my Discord, and the channel is Alexandra, I don't know how to say her name. It looks like Tuohey or Tuohey. I'm not really sure how to say her last name. I apologize. I'm brand new to her channel, obviously. I've never seen her before, but this video is called "Is Australia the Scariest Place on Earth?" So they said it in my Discord that this is an American, I guess. I don't know. I haven't watched any of it yet, clearly. So we're going to go ahead and get into this video here in a second, but I just wanted to remind everybody that, yes, I do have a Discord. It's completely free, and it's linked below if you want to join. It's just for fun, just to hang out. And I also have memberships turned on if you would like to help support my channel in any other way. That's one way that you can do it. But let's go ahead and get started on this video. Here we go.
Australia is the most deadly place on the planet.
She's American.
Or tourist to visit. Or is it? G'day, my name's Alexandra, I live in Australia, and today I want to talk about how to stay safe in Australia as a tourist. I made a short satire video about how to stay safe in Australia.
How to stay safe from Australian wildlife for tourists.
To my absolute surprise, this video got over 40 million views across TikTok and Instagram. And let's just say for a lot of the viewers, the element of satire did not come across, with the majority of the viewers being overseas and commenting things live. And in addition to the comments stating how scared they were to visit Australia, many comments did point out that I actually never said how to stay safe in Australia. I want to talk about the fact
I've mentioned this in other videos before, and if you are not new to my channel, then you've heard me say this before. I will never understand why an American will say they're afraid to visit Australia, because America has just as many, if not more, dangerous animals all over the states. Like every state has dangerous animals, every single one of them. So for an American to say they're afraid to visit Australia is completely absurd to me. I can understand if maybe someone in England says they're afraid to visit America or Australia for those reasons of dangerous animals, because I know that in England, they don't really have dangerous animals. So I can understand that. But also at the same time, the chances of you running into one of these said dangerous animals are usually very, very, very low. Unless you're doing something where you're in the territory of wild animals, like you're surfing in the ocean, you might, come across a shark or something. Or if you're hiking, you can very easily come across, depending on where you are, certain snakes, certain bears, certain mountain lions, that sort of thing. But if you're just visiting America and staying anywhere where there's civilization, the chances of you running into something very dangerous are very, 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 very low. I would imagine it's the same in Australia. Probably even more so safe in Australia, to be honest, unless I was in Queensland, and therefore I would be scared to death of the crocodiles.
And the myths about how dangerous is Australia for tourists. So starting off with one of the biggest fears that people hold about coming to Australia, and that is the giant spiders. Giant spiders that haunt your nightmares are often fairly elusive. Probably how they've gotten to be such a giant size, because they haven't been stuck in somebody's house. Spiders that you are most likely to encounter are the Huntsman spiders, and while still completely disgusting, they are totally harmless. Unless they surprise you while you're driving and you end up flipping your car and driving into a tree. Then they are pretty harmful.
That would be Savannah. Yeah, I've heard that they are harmless, and I'm not someone who's like scared to death of spiders. I don't particularly like them. I don't want to come across spiders, but I'm not like deathly afraid of them. However, I've never seen a Huntsman spider in person, and I think that if I saw one for the first time ever and it surprised me, like I wasn't expecting it, then yes, it would scare the shit out of me for sure. If I were to go somewhere and I saw one and I was told there's one in this aquarium or there's one here or whatever, and I could safely go look at it, then yeah, I wouldn't be afraid of it at all. But if it surprised me, yes, that would scare me, even though I know that they're harmless or whatever. But seeing a spider that size is abnormal here in the States. We don't see spiders that big.
The spiders that you have a chance of seeing as a tourist are most likely the Sydney funnel web,
dangerous spiders in the world,
and the redback spider. And while these spiders are venomous, you are already terrified of spiders. If you see any spider, you're going to be running away so fast that thing's not going to have a chance. In fact, there have been no deaths attributed to spider bites in Australia since 1979.
Wow.
So we cancel our flights to Sydney over the giant spiders.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
But how about the venomous snakes?
Australia.
Got the most venomous snakes, there's no doubt about that.
See, this is different. For me, this isn't like, oh, I'm afraid of snakes. This is like, I have a deep, deep, deep phobia of snakes my whole life. Ever since my first memory, I have been deeply, deeply, deeply scared shitless of snakes. The phobia is horrendous, okay? I can sometimes watch them on a screen without squirming too much. But no, this would be my biggest fear, I think.
While there is a large variety of venomous snakes in Australia, you're probably not likely to encounter one at your hostel. Snakes are pretty keen to stay the fuck away from people.
I'm in danger.
Just like people
When they
are
sit up
keen to
like
stay the
that,
fuck away from
nope.
snakes. Well, most people.
Nope. When they sit up like that, I cannot look at that.
Death stalks you at every turn!
The reality is the most likely place you are to encounter a snake is on a bushwalk. It is important to recognize the real threat that a venomous snake could pose, but the reality is that you're not going to run into a venomous brown snake on the steps of the Sydney Opera House. So if you're scared of snakes, just stay out of the long grass. If you come here as a tourist, you're definitely going to be going in the ocean. And starting with the most front of mind threat that you'll find in the ocean, sharks. However, sharks are not a unique threat to Australia. Sharks cause injuries and fatalities in all parts of the world. And that's because we're entering their home. We don't go wandering into the savannah and be like, oh, what?
Y'all ever heard of Florida? Isn't that like the shark attack capital of the friggin' world or something?
I get mauled by a lion. Anytime we go swimming in the ocean, there is going to be a risk associated with marine life, including sharks. And in Australia, patrolled tourist beaches have drone surveillance, lifeguards, they have shark nets. They are really trying to help you to stay safe from sharks. But there is a much more unseen hidden threat that you should be aware of. And that is jellyfish. Box jellyfish and ear candy
Not
jellyfish.
just jellyfish. Like, yes, I am definitely afraid of sharks, but I'm also completely fascinated by sharks and I love sharks, but like, I don't want to ever like get in the ocean with a shark. Nothing like that. But you can see a shark, you know. What I would be afraid of too is anything that you can't see in front of you or anything that looks to you like it's okay to touch it because, I don't know, it doesn't look dangerous. Just anything unassuming, I guess, that freaks me out because you don't know what you don't know until you get fucked up. And then you have to learn the hard way. So whatever she's about to say, but I don't know if she's going to say anything other than jellyfish, but yeah, anything in the ocean that, because I didn't grow up near an ocean, so I didn't learn all the same things that like kids learn who grow up near the ocean. You know, we in the Midwest we learn more about farm animals, agriculture. It's a big agriculture place. I don't know, foxes and wolves and coyotes and snakes and whatever, you know, that's what we learn about, but I would say mostly farm animals.
Are the two main culprits to be aware of. They inhabit the northern tropical waters of Western Australia, Northern Territory, and Queensland, and predominantly in the summer months from November to May. While you may be thinking, hey, isn't that where the Great Barrier Reef is? Yeah, you're right, that is where the Great Barrier Reef is. Never fear, because spear suits are here to ensure when you're meeting Nemo that you're also not going to meet the Grim Reaper.
Bruh.
One other major player in who the fuck is going to get me next is the saltwater crocodile.
This croc has enough power in its jaws to rip my head right off.
Saltwater crocodiles are
They
found
scare
along
me.
the northern coast, again in Western Australia, Northern Territory, and Queensland. Although you may hear overblown stories about giant spiders in Australia, the stories about giant crocodiles are absolutely not overblown. There is actually this amazing hack that will save you from sharks, crocodiles, jellyfish, and yourself. Do not swim wherever the fuck you want. Recent studies show that 20 international visitors a year are unalived from drowning. That is an insane number. Riptides, inexperience, large waves are much more of a threat to Australian tourists than any other wildlife in Australia.
Well,
This is
I mean, that's why it's so important to read the signs that they put out, you know, the danger warning signs. Pay attention to that stuff, you know, because like if you're ignoring that stuff, then it's kind of on you. You kind of ask to be put in a spot if you're ignoring that stuff. So as long as there's signs put up, but you know, then there's places that maybe the signage isn't as good as it should be, and then that's on the whatever location they're in, like that's on them, and they should put more signage out. But if people would just follow the rules and read the signs and listen to what it says, and you would probably be safe.
because they're not perceived as a threat. If you want to stay safe while swimming in Australia, swim at patrol beaches between the red and yellow flags. Look for and read safety signs. Recognize hazards and dangers. Avoid swimming or any recreational activities alone. Never swim at unpatrolled beaches, and never swim at night. Just before we move out of the
I
ocean,
wouldn't.
one last thing to remember. Don't just go picking shit up in the ocean in Australia.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the
Oh my god, ew.
The blue ring octopus to the cone snail to the stonefish. There's a large number of unsuspecting things that would be more than happy to fuck you up. Best rule of thumb is just leave it the fuck alone. Lastly, I want to finish on some of the more unsuspecting wildlife that you might need to watch out for in Australia. While kangaroos are a symbolic icon of Australia, kangaroos, if not respected, could fuck you up. There is this super bizarre trend of Americans talking about if they could win a fight with a kangaroo, with many speculating that they could.
Oh, now I will tell you, it's kind of in my dream to fight a kangaroo.
Whatever.
If you were to box a kangaroo, you would get your guts handed to you by Skippy. Give kangaroos their space. Next on the list is magpies.
Swooping magpies have good reason for their actions. They're just being protective parents.
If you do get swooped by a magpie, or worse, a plover, stay calm, cover your head,
I just did a video on magpies actually.
and try and seek shelter. Lastly on the list is yourself. You are truly the biggest threat to yourself while you're visiting Australia.
I agree.
And you can protect you from yourself by following local advice and staying up to date with current information, by following the rules about swimming in Australia, and giving the wildlife in Australia the space and respect that it deserves. Thanks so much, guys. My name's Alexandra. If you like content about Australia and travel, please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe.
That was a very, very good video. That was a very well put together video. And for someone who has like so little subscribers, I don't know if she just started out, because she's a natural on camera. I mean, she said she did that TikTok thing, so maybe like, yeah, she just started the YouTube, I guess. She must be used to like doing TikTok, and I don't really pay much attention to TikTok. But yeah, that was very well put together for people who, you know, might be visiting Australia and they're worried about animals. I'm glad that there are videos like this for the dumbasses of the world, you know. But I really enjoyed that video. If you guys enjoyed it too, please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and I will see you next time.